Hare Krishna, we welcome all the devotees for YouTube channel official ISKCON Bulla. His Grace Pada Seva Prabhuji, the President ISKCON Bulla, was telling in Canto 10, chapter 43 till 43, how the Kubalepida, the elephant, and the elephant driver, the elephant keeper, and the Chanura and the Mustika, how they have been killed. Now in this chapter number 44, Krishna will be killing to Kamsa, and after killing to Kamsa, he will be consoling to Kamsa's wife. This chapter also will be saying how the two lords were reunited with their mother and father, and further more details will be hearing from His Grace Pada Seva Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Jnanantimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmritam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna, welcome devotees, dear devotees to our ISKCON Bulla official YouTube channel. So, today as His Grace Premanand Prabhu introduced, I am going to speak on 44th chapter of Canto 10. As we have described 43rd chapter, that wrestling area, and Krishna Balaram was to wrestle with Chanura and Mustik. And also this will be described while this wrestling is going on, this audience there, they were thinking, especially the ladies of Mathura, and of course from other states also they have gathered there. They have all heard about the Lord, so they thought it is a very good opportunity, golden opportunity to see the Lord. For last 11 years they have not been seeing Him. Though they had been seeing, hearing or thinking of Him, that Lord will come, but they had not the opportunity to see Him. Today they will have the opportunity. That's why there is a huge gathering there in that wrestling arena. So particularly the women were thinking like this, stated in text 14. Gopya stapakim acharan jadamusya rupam lavanya saram asamurdham ananya siddham Drigvi pibantyo anusabha abhinavam durabam ekanta dhamatasa sri aishwarsya. They think Gopya, they were praising the good fortune of the gopis. Just like we have heard in 39th chapter, the gopis were describing the good fortune of Mathura ladies. Similarly, the Mathura ladies were describing the good fortune of gopis. So similarly, I am also telling that we have also have good fortune by hearing and speaking about the Lord. So it said, Gopya stapakim acharan jadamusya rupam. The gopis, what austerity they have performed. That amusya rupam was a beautiful form of the Lord. Lavanya saram, which is the essence of all loveliness, and is not to be equaled or surpassed. That form is only about a beauty, fame and opulence. It is self-perfect, ever-fresh and extremely rare. So, in his purports, Siddha Goswami says, Ahu custom arpa punya bayam jato asmabhi anavasare dusto. The gopis were seeing the Lord when the Lord is at His pleasure. But now, of course, the Lords always have pleasure. While wrestling also the Lords have pleasure. But the Mathura ladies, they think that this is not the right opportunity to see this event. Rather, we should give up this place. We should go away. Gopyastu bahu punya iti aho. But the ladies of Gopi, Vrindavan or Gopis, they have so much fortune, good fortune. That's why they could see such beautiful form of the Lord. How when the Lord was playing, Lord was doing various pastimes, they have that opportunity. But we see in a bad time that these mountain-like wrestlers are going to kill Krishna. Though they know Krishna is the Lord, still then they are thinking like that. This is affection. In this way, they say a respectable audience should never have allowed a wrestling match between such huge wrestlers whose limbs are as tough as lightning bolts, and such tender young boys who are just entering youth. An intelligent person should never enter an assembly if he sees injustice being done there. Because Vasudeva and Devaki did not fully understand the power of Krishna and Balaram, they became extremely unhappy when they heard the women of the audience speak these words. Vasudeva and Devaki, they were in the jail, but they were hearing the discussions. As Krishna then grabbed Chanuda's arms, wheeled him around several times and threw him to the ground, killing him. Mustika met a similar fate after being struck powerfully by Lord Baladev's palm. He began vomiting blood and then fell down dead. Thereupon the wrestlers named Kuta, Sala and Tosala came forward, and Krishna and Balaram easily killed them with the blows of their fists and feet. The remaining wrestlers, fearing for their lives, all fled. They jumped over the boundaries. Except for Kansa, everyone present cheered Krishna and Balaram. The king, in a rage, stopped the festive music and ordered that Vasudeva, Nanda, Ugrasen and all the cowards be severely punished, and that Krishna and Balaram be driven from the assembly. Krishna became furious when he heard Kansa speak this way. It is stated in text 37. The pragriya kesesu chalat kiritam nipat rango paritunga manchat tasyo paristat swam abjanabha papad vishwasa atmatantra. Krishna jumped from the ground to that top dais and grabbing Kansa by the hair and knocking off his crown, the lotus-naveled Lord threw him off the elevated dais onto the wrestling mat. And then the independent Lord, the support of the entire universe, threw himself upon the king. The Prabhupada Maharaj says in his purport that Krishna at once straddled his chest and began to strike him over and over again. Simply from the strokes of his fist, Kansa lost his vital force. Because out of fear, Kansa had always thought of Krishna. After his death, he gained the liberation of having a form like the Lord's Sarupa Mukti. Kansa's 8 brothers then attacked Krishna, but Balaram easily killed each of them with his club. Just as a lion kills defensive animals, kettle drums resounded in the sky as the joyful demigods rained down flowers and chanted the glories of Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram. The wives of Kansa, grieving for their husband, lamented that he had died because of his violence towards other living beings and his lack of respect for Krishna, the Supreme Soul, who creates, maintains and destroys the entire universe. The Lord consoled the widows. The widows are Lord Krishna's aunties. 2 wives, it is stated. Kansa had 2 wives, Prapti and Siddhi and Prapti. They are the daughters of Jarasandha. It will describe how Jarasandha would attack Mathura 18 times for 18 years. And then the Lord arranged the funeral rites of the performed for Krishna and his brothers, and then released his mother and father from bondage. His father means Ugrasena, and mother, they were imprisoned by Kansa, such a cruel person. Then he went to his father, Devaki and Vasudeva, father and mother, they are in that prison house. But when Vasudeva and Devaki saw the 2 lords, their 2 sons, after 11 years they are meeting them. So you think whatever emotion they would have been, they would have been for these two boys. But they wanted to embrace them, but couldn't do that because they thought they are the lords. How can we embrace? It is stated in text 51 that Devaki Vasudevasya Vigya Jagadishwarau Krita Sambhadanau Putrau Sasvadat na sankido. Devaki Vasudeva, they know that they are Jagadishwara, they are the controllers of the universe. So though they want to embrace them, but they were afraid. So we'll see in Sripad Siddha Swami says in his purport that Putra Abhadi Brahma, that they were thinking he is my son. Vihaya Jagadishwara. So they thought him as Jagadishwara iti gyantva sankitau. That's why they became afraid. Na sasvadat. Sasvadat means alingita bantu. They didn't embrace. So we'll hear in the next chapter how Krishna and Balaram, they will speak so nice words that Vasudeva and Devaki, they will embrace them, and it will be described further in the 45th chapter. So thank you very much for listening to our lecture. Please don't forget to subscribe, share and like our channel. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, and get the blessings of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.